that list would have been so much different a year or two ago. And then I got, if you guys haven't seen, I put 10 other honorable mentions of channels that I enjoy. I'm 52. And, of course, I'm going to relate to the channels on my list. And let me go there to show you what I'm talking about. Now, here's the video. I mean, here's the, as you can see, I'll pause this. All right, my favorite YouTube channels, my current top 10. I mean, these channels ain't for everyone. I enjoy these daily. Like I said, a year or two ago, this list would have looked a lot different. Times change, things change. Mistakes are made by channels. Their content sways to other directions. And you find other channels that entertain you more. So anyway, my current top 10, as you can see there right at the top, TNT Amusements. If you're a pinball fan, this guy Todd, the owner of TNT, great guy. I mean, entertaining, loves putting out videos, well known in the arcade amusement business. He'll take you to retro shows, pinball shows. He'll take you around his warehouse. You'll meet the people that work there. Some have been there for a long time. Some have passed. He'll mention all this. He'll do Friday nights. He does what do you call why am I getting stuck for words? He does auctions on Friday nights. So he'll sit there and show us the items, talk about them. TNT Amusements, highly recommended. That's currently my favorite. Here in second place, I put Bithead 1000. As a lot of you know, I've seen in my comments, he's well known. He's been around for a long time. Some people think he's a little racy. I'm okay with it. As I understand, he has a Dominican wife. I have a Puerto Rican wife. So, you know, I can relate. I mean, we need guys like this in today's world that can step over that line a little bit in good humor. I mean, he does it in a funny way. You know, of course, he ranks on his own race. And then sometimes he'll talk about people that he works with of different shades and colors. But mainly, this guy is a very talented guy. These days, he doesn't so much do content like he used to do years ago. I mean, the guy's been on here for almost 15 years. The current stuff he does is he sits in his shed and he pretty much he's more or less like a comedian now, more than a gamer. But, you know, his channel's still set around gaming. He has a TV pulls down and he plays a game at the end of the video. And he's a big TurboGrafx guy. He has some funny things in the background if you catch him. He has a storage locker case like that he opens up and it's got all Nintendo games in there. Yeah, like I said, he's more like a comedian now, more than a gamer, but I mean, his channel is still based around gaming and he's very talented. He does those, he takes a system, a console, and he makes it like into clear acrylic. Very amazing, and he's a good artist. He'll sometimes paint a Nintendo game cover. Excellent. Bithead 1000, very talented. Baltic Coffee Boy is a newcomer to me. This guy is like someone I can relate with. He's about my age. He tells you a lot of stories about his childhood and his growing up, and he talks about his family. And he's all over the place with gaming, as I am. He covers like all the mostly the older stuff and stuff from the 80s. So I've been enjoying him a lot lately. He's been covering a little bit of Odyssey. Like I said, he'll cover everything, but I've been enjoying him. I've been watching him, and he's excellent. His stories are the best. And then we got Brett Weiss. I mean, he gets a lot of heat because of his books, but I mean, at least the guy has some talent. This guy produces books. He has been in the video game industry for a long time. I think he started YouTube not too long ago, but he's an old school guy. He's got good taste for music. One of his favorite bands is Kiss. A lot of people will rank on that band as well, but it's got a big fan base. Brett Weiss, he'll take you to retro shows. He'll videotape. It's entertaining to me. I mean, again, he's about probably my age, so I can relate. He covers a lot of things. He's got a pretty cool collection. I have a couple of his older books. I haven't gotten any of the new ones on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but I mean, a lot of people get on this guy for advertising his book, and what's the guy to do? I mean, that's what he's doing. I mean, some of us are not doing anything. This guy's making books. So, I mean, well, I don't know why so much hate for this guy. I mean, you know, but whatever. Then we got Willie from Arcade USA. There's been times Willie in the past is probably like Brett Weiss, been a little of the criticism that he's gotten over, I don't know why, but he covers older stuff that I can relate to again. Willie's a very nice guy. Sometimes he'll bring his wife in and play a Pong game, or he covers a lot of those electronic games. Great guy. He's still going. He doesn't do as many videos as he used to, but excellent. Gamester81. His big thing, I think, is ColecoVision, but he covers arcades. He covers many things. I think he has like 3 channels. One is on, I forgot what, I don't know if it's, I don't know. He has like 3 channels that cover different things, but his main channel, he covers, you know, pretty much everything in that era that I'm talking about. Excellent guy. Had some health issues not too long ago. He recovered. He's doing well. I actually met him in Hartford at the Retro World like maybe 5 years ago. And very nice guy and fun to watch. And one of those recognizable voices. Then that brings us to Glenn's Retro Show. I just recently started watching him. He's one of the new guys on my list. But I also met him at Retro World this past year. He was going around making a video that you can see on his channel. But Glenn, another old school guy. Now recently he started some kind of podcast, kind of like, where he has some guests on. I'd love to get on his show one day. He's a local guy. I think I'm from Massachusetts. I believe he's from the area. Not sure if it's Massachusetts or Connecticut or Rhode Island, but I know he's from New England. But Glenn, great guy, old school. The other day, he had a couple guys on. They were talking about everything, like from back in the day, movies, music. He talks about everything, mostly games. But Glenn's Retro Show, check that out. The No Swear Gamer. All right, now the No Swear Gamer, I pretty much remember him. He's been on YouTube for a long time as well. He gets a little heat about the Amico being a hater, but I don't think so. I think he was more like I was. I can relate to Phil because Phil was more or less a middle person at one time, and he actually wanted to get an amico like I did, but he had a lot of questions, and he kind of smelled something in the burner, and he was honest, and he came out with it, and he didn't shill, he didn't buy into all the Tommy stuff, and he was critical, and he covers a lot of updates. And recently I've cut down on the Amico content. I still keep an eye on it, but as far as supporting it and subscriptions and likes, and he's the one of the few that I've kept, because I don't like the fact that the Amico wasn't really, I played it, as a lot of you know, and I started off in the middle, kind of swayed towards the pro side because I hung out with these guys at the Boston event, met them, but came out of there and I wasn't gonna shill, and I wasn't gonna join the cult and manipulate and steer my viewers the wrong way at the time. So I recently have become more of a hater, but not necessarily, but definitely not a fan of the people that still cover it on a daily basis, that give you misled information, especially from the pro side. There's only a few like Gen X Gamer, I believe, is on my notable list. He does talk about the Amico a lot, but he makes sense, and he gives you business side of it, and he tells you a lot of facts, which I like. So No Swear Gamer, like I was starting to say, I know him mostly from the day where you would look up a game for, say, Atari or something like that, and his video would come up on gameplay. And that's how I started knowing him. But then I was on his channel a few times, and I've been in contact with him on YouTube, and I consider him a good YouTuber. So I still watch him do his. He was just doing Commando tonight on Atari, and I didn't get a chance to pop in and say hi, but I did on the when it was over. But yeah, No Swear Gamer, a lot of you know him. And then Retro Games Fan, another newcomer. This guy has a pretty cool channel. And then the Junk Man is more of like an action figure, toys line, not so much video games, but he does cover like arcades once in a while and some video gaming once in a while. But it's pretty much pop culture, toys and collectibles, and he's very cool. I love his videos. I just love the way he talks, and I love the way he's very humble, and he covers stuff from my from when I was growing up. And Retro Games Fan, same thing. So those 10 are probably my current 10 favorite right here on the screen. But then I put 10 in the notables. And like I said, this list would have looked a lot different a year or two ago. when you would have probably saw people like channels like DJC on here, the Atari Creep, Papa Pete. I still like Papa Pete, and the reason why he's not on my list on either here or my notables, I would put him back in now after he just did that funny quick video about being on Smash JT's ranking list and how he's like, I don't give a fuck. And, you know, Pete, I know he's still does Monday nights with DJC, and the Amico will get brought up, and I know he's got some founders that he's invested in. I know Pete doesn't like talking about it, and the only reason why maybe I don't have him on here is because he would probably be my number one a year ago, but recently I haven't been watching his channel as much. I still watch his videos, but the only problem with Pete is he doesn't cover a lot of different things, mainly in television, Xbox, and he does once in a while pop up with something like Atari or something like Vectrix, but then he kind of just shows it and doesn't stay with it. And like one time he was showing CDs or laser discs or something, but it was like brief. So he's not like doesn't cover a lot, but does change it up once in a while, but mainly it's in television. So I like channels that kind of change it up with different early systems and stuff. Papa Pete's excellent. His intro's still one of the best. And it was done by a guy that I do watch too. Again, that guy would probably be on my list too. The guy from that kind of does those videos in front of the camera of his pickups and stuff. And he plays in a band. I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, so Papa Pete's still there. I think I did unsubscribe to him only because I was in contact with him on Messenger, and when the television stuff was heating up, and I was trying to kind of hint to him not how I felt about it, and I was showing him, like sending him links to videos, and he was like, I don't want to see this, don't send it to me, and which was fine. I had no problem with that. But it seems like since then he kind of stopped reacting to my videos, and or maybe I don't know, maybe because he's still kind of mingling with the pro side. I don't take it that way, but I will definitely resubscribe to some of these guys. Atari Creep, on the other hand, that guy, I can't trust him anymore. Because I had him as a friend on Facebook, and he says he's not really a social internet guy, but yet he does use and he posts 100 things on Facebook a day, and he pumps out videos, and he's local. He's from Massachusetts. I actually wanted to do more with him, but he was so hard to contact. He would tell you he'll get back to you, but then he didn't. I reached out to him when he had that problem, and he didn't really. He was like, thanks, but never, call me if, but nah, I guess Tommy. These guys still call Tommy their friends. I don't know in what way Tommy's their friend. I mean, I don't care. But, I mean, it's kind of getting ridiculous how DJC and Nick and Chris, the Atari Creep, it's weird how, I mean, I don't have anything against Tommy personally. But, I mean, Tommy's like, grew up like half hour, like 20-minute drive from here, 15-minute drive. and I didn't know him personally from here, but I met him in Boston. And he's an all right guy, but why such the friend thing? I mean, how is he your friend? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, whatever. Maybe I'm just confused. I don't know. But I don't know. These guys don't seem to care that they were considering me a friend at one time, I think. But now they kind of don't even care. I mean, I kind of distanced myself from DJC, from Chris, and the pro side, and they don't seem to care. I mean, they don't reach out, and I've reached out to them about concerns, about things, and they didn't care. They're very selfish people, the pro side. As far as, remember when Retro Bro and DJC and all these guys are like, and same with Papa P, I'll put him in this, how they're like, as long as we get our founders, who cares? And they're just selfish people, and they don't really care about you like they put up on YouTube, how they love Tommy and how Tommy's such a good friend, and they're not like that with, they're not general people. I mean, genuine people. Don't let them fool you. So yeah, back when I said I was going to unsubscribe to a bunch of channels, I was probably at like 300. I'm at 137 now. And as you can see, starting with 8-Bit Glitch, these are the channels that are remaining. I mean, almost all the channels, because don't forget, I'm an honest person. So when I say something, I almost feel like I have to do it. So eventually I thought it over and I subscribed to these channels back. I unsubscribed. Now I'm kind of sad. It's been about almost a month now that, like say if I go to search, I'll have the guys I'll still keep an eye on just to see what's going on and see what they're doing. Channels that probably were on my top a year or two ago. I'm not subscribed to any of these channels that you see here any longer because I feel like their content isn't something I want popped up on my thing daily. I mean, if I want to see what they're doing, I'll just go here and hit DJC. Of course, the television amico, just to see if to see if I'm right about my predictions. I said a lot of new people would be popping up, and as you can see here, look at all the new people. This Slotham guy has been recently popping up a bunch, and people I didn't know before are popping up, like this Midwest Media. Look at this, Electronic Playground Network, Murray. There's all these new people. So, I mean, Show Me Retro. V.A. Volp's been doing a lot lately. There's a lot of new people. And whenever I want to see anything new, I have it on my search. So I can simply choose what I want to do there, So in order to clear that, we'd have to go here. So now we go here. You got DJC if I want to keep an eye on him. Eventually, in the future, I'll probably resubscribe to some of these channels when the amico finally goes away for good. And I'll check their content out at the time. And Geek Getaway, same thing. These channels don't really do content that I normally watch besides the amico. So when these guys get off the Amico, which like Geek Getaway started to do, Retro Bro started to do, I'm not gonna watch these channels daily. They'll still pop up on my home and on my search, like Darius. Like I like, pro side and hate side. A lot of these channels that you see here were from the Amico. Smash JT, Darius Truxton, Atari Creep. Like I said, Atari Creep was probably my #1 channel over a year ago. Now you would have thought I met the guy and we got along and he mentioned me in a few videos in a positive way since the event. But then as soon as I got critical about it, he came at me. And then when I needed to talk to him, he wasn't around. And I just pretty much unfriended these people on Facebook, unsubscribed to them on YouTube. They don't deserve my friendship, is the bottom line. They're all so caught up on this Amico and Tommy that they can enjoy that. But when are they going to realize that they lost a viewer that really enjoyed their channel at one time? And when are they going to let that sink in that the Amico was the cause for them losing a viewer? Like, they don't probably care that they lost one viewer, but what about when it's a viewer that had you on their top 10 a year ago? Doesn't that bother you at all? I mean, hey, it is what it is. At one time, I didn't only consider these guys on my top 10 YouTube, DJC and Atari Creep. Off this list here, those are the only two. But I was subscribed to Nick, and I was subscribed to, other guys. But at this point, they're still covering the Amico. They're still worshiping how friends they are with Tommy, which is fine. But, I mean, can't you keep that to yourself, though? I mean, if Tommy is such a good friend of yours, why do you have to say it publicly? You don't like to hear it the other way around. So why do you have to keep saying it? If you're friends with them, you're friends with them. But why do you have to keep, like, hawking about it? And then not care that someone that thought you were a real friend as much as Tommy, and tried to keep in contact with you, and now you've lost contact for over a month, but still it doesn't bother you. Mainly I speak about DJC and Atari Creep. Met them both in Boston, was a big fan of their channels, was friends on Facebook, and the Amico got between us, and they don't care. So I don't care. So be it. Retro Bro, I was never how do you want to say it? Never consistently a subscriber of Retro Bro. So it's a little different with him. I never met him. And so I don't really care for him anyway. So, and I wouldn't anyway, because of how much he misled his viewers and stuff. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the Amico definitely got in the middle of a lot of things. And these guys will harp how many friends they made along the way, and how much Amico made them know all these people they wouldn't have known. And what about the negative side of it? Like, they never mention that, like all the hate it brought. And they'll say, like, well, we didn't ask for the hate. But yeah, you do ask for the hate, because you guys harp and harp and harp over it. It's just like, I'll give you a good example of why I'm even making this video. in the next video. So that's it for this video.